I think I need like one of those like cryogenic freezers, Jason. I want to be cryogenically frozen.
Oh, you want to be frozen?
Yes.
I was like, does this have anything to do with the noise I heard coming from upstairs, the struggling noise?
No.
Okay.
That's something completely different. That's what the chains from the ceiling are for and the
Gotcha.
suspension.
Okay, moving on.
No, I'm just like regular old sleeping. It ain't cutting it anymore. I need like chemically induced coma.
Yeah.
And then like maybe just don't they have those things they can put in your body like when you have a bad heart that'll like inject you with stuff to keep your heart going?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Kind of like a
fancy
chemical pacemaker,
Mhm.
but I just want meth in there.
Yes.
So anytime that my heart rate goes down below a certain amount, it just starts shoving meth into my system.
I want the Batman ability where I just only need like an hour of sleep a night.
And then like the rest of the time you're asleep, but it's Zur and Jason running around like
Yes.
fighting crime and shit.
Yes.
In your purple shirt and your like yellow pants.
Oh my God, that would be perfect.
I didn't really know about that. And then I started reading about it over the weekend on Wikipedia, and I was just like, that's so weird.
Yeah. It was
So
like,
weird.
oh, Grant Morrison, you lunatic.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody to the show, which still apparently we don't have a name for. I'm just starting to think.
Rage Select Podcast.
Rage Select Podcast number, what are we on? 6 now? 6 or
Don't
7? Something
know.
like that? All right. And we just got done with RTX, and I got to say.
RTX just got done with us.
Well, yeah, exactly. That, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't
Hell.
expecting the number of people.
Good God, it was kind of a big deal.
Or like last year, I don't know. Maybe it was just getting off on the fame and stuff, but I stayed up for like 3 days with no problem. This year, every 10 minutes, I was like, I need some more coffee or some, 5-hour energy drink mixed into some methamphetamines or something.
I was going to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning, but I was consequently getting up at 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Rather than, 8 a.m., let's rock.
Yeah.
No, it was, I'm going to sleep all day.
The first day, I was up until 3 because I was worried that things weren't getting done. Even though I left, I didn't go to the evening parties. I couldn't go to sleep. I finally got into bed, and I finally managed to fall asleep around 4 o'clock in the morning, and then my alarm went off at 7:30 because I had this horrible fear that I was going to wake. It's going to be one of those things where you wake up and you look at your clock and you're like, oh, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Our panel's almost over, and I haven't left the house yet. What is this 6,000 missed calls thing here? And then, like,
Once I did get in touch with you, it was like, did you read any of the texts I sent you? Because you probably shouldn't, because they say a lot of incriminating things.
It was also one of those things where, like, as I was going there, I was driving in the right-hand lane at, like, 40 miles an hour on the highway because I was like, if I get into a car accident with every piece of recording equipment that I own, that's going to be a stupid rean not to be able to come to this convention.
God, you are neurotic.
It's only for shit like this, man.
You were freaking out. Okay, we launched those Undead Nightmare trailers. How many
Just
hours?
one. We only showed the one.
Oh, we only showed the one.
Yeah.
Okay, you did 2 of them, though.
Yes.
How many hours did you work on those 2 cumulatively?
Lots.
How many?
20.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it is.
For a 2-minute trailer?
Well,
Two
yeah.
2-minute trailers?
Yeah.
That's fucking dumb.
I know. But I
See-
just wanted it to be perfect for everybody.
And I've tried to tell you that in my normal Jason voice. Now I'm going to do podcasting Jason voice. You fucking idiot. What a waste of time.
Yeah, I was actually, when I was making the puppet trailer, I was thinking about ways to try to sauce it up, and I was like, no, the puppets are saucy enough as they are.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything to make this better. But
You do a Tyler Durden and splice single frames of porn.
of pornography, I could do that. I could do the Tyler Durden one. Well, should we tell people about the Red Dead trailers?
Yes,
Is that,
sure.
I was actually going to do a second one with an alternative song, but it just didn't kind of come together the way that I wanted it to. So we decided to just go with the one. Plus, I started showing my friends both trailers, and they were like, "Why are there 2 trailers for the same thing that are like 30% the same?" Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they were indistinguishable, really, but for the song.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? Other than that, RTX this year, that was a hell of a thing.
Yeah, it was. It was twice as big.
They said, 8,000 people this year?
Yeah.
That's fucking bananas. Like, in all the stuff that we did leading up to it, we didn't end up making T-shirts.
I know.
And I'm like, T-shirts would have been, like, it would have been free advertising just walking around. I mean, I've never seen so many nerds in one place before.
There were a lot of nerds. Have you ever smelled so many nerds in one place?
I'm a smoker. I can't smell anything, Jason.
Man, because some of those rooms, they got funky.
Real dude smell. A lot of dude smell.
Apparently, the last night of the live art show, apparently that that smell gained sentience and tried to attack the Enterprise.
Oh man, was it like the black oil slick with the thing that kills Tasha Yar that comes out of it?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, fuck yourself. But you know what? To everybody who came to RTX and everybody who watched our live stuff, I got to say, I had a blast. We got off to a kind of a shaky start, but I feel like I always love it when the people come to town and we get to hang out with them.
Yeah, it was fun.
The people, you know?
I got sick of you guys after about 48 hours. That's why I skipped Sunday and the subsequent barbecue. I had to throw in the towel. Actually, I had a lot of work to do, and I was really tired.
Oh, the barbecue was on Monday?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday. Meh. But in any case, tell you what,
it was debaucherous.
There was some fucked up shit going on. It's not up to me to talk about it, you guys, but
yeah,
there was some shit going down. There was
fighting and fucking and vomiting.
It's really dramatic this year. It was so dramatic.
Yeah.
There was just drama. Just drama here, drama there, drama everywhere.
There was, yeah. And I was drunk like 3 nights in a row, which I guess that's not too weird.
Dude, I guess it was Friday night. I was too tired and I went home. But like Saturday night, God, I was fucking really drunk, and not like blackout drunk, but like silly, stupid drunk, where you've been drunk for like 6 hours straight. And so you're like, oh, is it ever going to stop being like this?
Or you're like, I'm going to spray paint my penis to look like the Incredible Hulk and run around in the parking lot.
Yes,
that kind of silly, stupid drunk.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember much of it, but I remember talking very loudly to a lot of people about a lot of really stupid things. So I don't know.
You mean basically this podcast?
Well, yes. Well, no. This podcast is more about me drinking coffee and you drinking booze. But
that's true.
But you know what? It's great that we went because we actually have. I got they showed some games over on the RTX show floor, and having just come back from E3. It was like I would walk in there and went like, I do this shit in 15 minutes. I did the entire place in 15 minutes.
I kept meaning to do that, but every time I went out there, like as soon as I got there, they're like, all right, we're closing the floor.
Yeah.
All right. Because of course, not getting up until 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
But you know what? I have a beef with you, Jason.
Go for it.
All right. I got to see the Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that shit was the future, man?
Been trying to tell you that for a long fucking time, dude.
You didn't seem that excited about it when you talked about it.
When was the last time you saw me excited about something?
Well, yeah, but that's the future and shit.
It is the future. Bring
holy
it to
crap.
Me. You know there's a Skyrim mod out there?
I do. Did you know that you can buy, you could buy Oculus Rifts, right?
What?
I bet you can. But you can find a way. We've got some money. I find a guy. I know a guy. He opens up his jacket. But
dude, I don't know if I want that in my house. Oculus Rift with some Skyrim. Shit.
These are the details.
This website we've got?
Yeah.
That shit's over.
It's hanging on by a thread. And then 3D Skyrim go, well,
done.
I didn't really take into account how they use the fact that you've got 2 monitors on your eyes to do that stereoscopic 3D.
Yeah.
And so, not only do you have this thing that is lightweight enough that it's not really getting in your way too much on your head, is immersing you fully in this world, but it's also 3D, and you can look around. It was just like when I took it off at the end of the demo, I was staggered for a couple of seconds about, oh, yeah, reality and shit. So, more than anything that we've seen in this last generation, or to me, doing that was like the shift that I've been talking about, where you had the 8-bit to 16-bit shift, and you had the SD to HD shift at the beginning of the last generation.
Yeah, that's the next step.
That's the next thing.
I would really... Okay, you stumbled off like, Oculus Rift! Oculus Rift! And the developers were very confused, and one of them looked at me and just said, that's the Virtual Boy. That's all it was. I hate to tell you that.
Oh, yeah. I was pretty drunk. I'm pretty sure, though, I could see colors. It wasn't just red.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I might
They
have had
dosed you and then put you in front of a virtual boy.
They just strap a virtual boy to your head and then just like shoot some LSD.
They're like, that's just a Viewmaster.
They're just me sitting in a chair without anything on my face whatsoever going, these graphics are intense, man.
Yeah.
It's just like the Austin Convention Center. What the shit? How did you guys program this?
And then I woke up and Tony was there and Jason, you were there.
It was weird. And I noticed that the demo that they were showing there was like you were in this sci-fi kind of facility. And they had these, it was a very simple Xbox controller platformer, and they had these, like, you would walk around, and then you would get to a place where there was, like, a bridge, where there needed to be a bridge. And there would be this thing, like this sparkly thing in the air, and if you looked at it, there would be a bridge, but you had to keep looking at it for the bridge to keep going there. So you had to, like, walk and then turn your head to go along. And then at the very end of the demo, they have this jump that was really difficult that I didn't make. And you fall down this pit, there's a giant robot there, and he grabs you, and he picks you up, and he punches you, and he slams you on the ground. And I was, like, looking up at this robot going, ah!
Well, you know what the first big release for the Oculus Rift is, right? The big like product, the big, actual release.
Surgery simulator.
Kingdom of the Spiders.
Ugh. Ugh. Blah. I don't even want to play the. I don't want to even fight the Skyrim spiders with that fucking thing on my head, like scratching and shit. Just
you're gonna end up calling me. You're like, I was running from the spiders in Skyrim and I fell. I hurt myself real bad. Can you please come take me to the hospital?
The Oculus Rift won't come off anymore, Jason. It won't come off.
It's like Existenz or something.
What would be really cool is, we saw that thing a while back where they had taken I think it was Sony did that thing where they had that tech demo where you went in the room with a woman and they had the goggles that actually you could see through them. Mm-hmm. So it was an ARG or no, maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe it was like
it's kind of augmented reality.
Well, yeah, where you would put these goggles on, but it looked like the same room that you were in, and you were sitting next to this woman that was helping you, and then she turned into a zombie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and then you would take it off, and it turns out she was just sitting there. But at a certain point, it switched you from looking through the goggles to like a video feed and then like use that to scare the piss out of you. But I don't know, like it was weird because you talk about immersion all the time, and like putting that Oculus Rift on was the first time in a long time that I felt like the immersion went from like 5 to like 12. Like it was way up here.
Yeah.
Like you could almost had this synesthesia like thing where your eyes were seeing this stuff and you were getting, especially when that robot was picking you up and moving you around, that the way that it was moving your point of view around, you were also kind of getting these weird sensations where your brain was like, you're getting thrown around, motherfucker. Defend yourself. So I punched a developer in the face and I was like, oh, sorry, bro. But yeah, that was extremely cool. And I can't tell whether that or the MakerBot was the future, or whether I could use a MakerBot to make an Oculus Rift.
Yeah, you go for that. I'm sure that'll work.
The MakerBot?
Yeah.
We still have some of that Barbageddon money left. I saw the sticker tag on that MakerBot. I was like...
Yeah, they're still kind of ironing out the kinks. I mean, some of the stuff is cool, but it's still kind of primitive, you know? It's like, give it just a little bit of time. Don't be an early adopter on anything.
Oh, but it's the future.
I know.
I'm in love with the future, Jason.
Want to make a giant bride. The bride of Jeffenstein with your
with the MakerBot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then put the Oculus Rift on it and pretend that she's not a big chunk of plastic. Oculus Rift and the MakerBot. There it is. Future.
Yep.
It's porn.
Yep. Oh,
it's God. Holodeck.
That's some weird shit you just laid out there. I'm just thinking about that right now. It's totally weird. But other than that, did you get to play any of the games that were there?
I didn't. I never did show up in time.
Yeah.
I would get there and then kept running into people. Uh-huh. When I would get like halfway down a row, I'd run into people. Hi, yeah, how's it going? Cool. Yeah, what are you up to? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, time to go.
Right.
And because the Guardians at RTX, they were aggressive.
Yeah.
They were very zealous.
Mm-hmm.
So
how so? What they
get out?
Cup your balls or
no? They. I had some. He was like, "All right, it's closed. Everybody, get out."
Yeah.
I was just like, "Fuck you, Tubby."
Was this the show floor?
Yeah.
On the show floor.
Yeah. Well, all over the place. Some of them were very just a little pushy. It's like, dude, calm the fuck down.
Do you not
see
see what color my badge is? It says VIP.
It says VIP.
What if What if I work for Rooster Teeth? What happened then, huh?
Means I can kill you.
And it's fine.
And Bernie from Rooster Teeth will go, good job. Can I get you a back massage? That's what this means.
Come on over to the MakerBot. We'll make you up a back massage robot real fast.
That's right.
Yeah, they were a little, I don't know. I found, what was it, on the second day when they had that mixer, and I tried to get you to use your VIP status again.
I used it.
You used it?
Yeah.
I got them to make a VIP line for drinks because I didn't want to wait in line. I went over to that guy and I was like, hey, where can I get a drink and I don't have to wait in line? And he was like, well, just muscle up in front of people. I'm like, cut the line of people who have been waiting for 20 minutes to get a $7 beer? No, thank you.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I tell you what, I'm going to tell this lady over here that all the VIPs need to come and talk to her.
Yeah. Well, see, you did that, and as soon as I did that, the line, I destroyed the other line.
Yeah.
The other line was like, well, if we could just go over here. They weren't VIPs, so it just, one thing that I hold very precious is the integrity of the line.
Of the line?
I do not like...
No cuts, no butts, no coconuts?
I fucking hate that, man. You cut in line, I just want to choke you.
What about back cuts? Are you all right with back cuts?
That's not my problem.
Where you let somebody cut behind you?
Oh, no, you can't do that shit.
Oh, okay.
No.
What about if you're in line and I'm your friend and I walk up to start having a conversation with you and then it turns out that I'm in line with you now?
That's okay. I'm cool with that. As long as you're not letting, like, the hordes.
Do you have like a Magna Carta for lines, the Jason Murphy line Magna Carta?
Yeah, I'm going to post that because E3, there were some motherfuckers who were, thin ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
thin ice. It was like there would be, a line, and then as soon as they open the door, some motherfuckers would just like run up to the front and just like, screw it.
Dude, I told you I did that.
Yeah, you're an asshole. I hate that shit.
Well, everybody's going to get in. There were only two of us. Like, these people, they're like, I mean, I couldn't. It's one of the things that pisses me off about a convention type setting or E3 or that sort of thing is you have people who are slowly walking like too wide between booths, and I'm just like, I am running everywhere. Fuck your fucking self. Get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. I never did catch you unawares at E3, but I'm sure it was just like, okay, what's next? Move. I gotta go there. Get out of the way.
Well, people, I mean, it's the sort of thing where people were aware enough of their surroundings that they could see that I was going somewhere in a fucking hurry, and they were like, I'm not going in a hurry, so a lot of them would just kind of, like, you didn't have to, like, say, hey, make a hole. It would just, the Red Seas would part in front of you.
Yeah.
And just be like, I don't have, normally in public, I have problems with, I don't want people touching me. I don't want to have to touch you because you're sweating, you smell bad. I just want to get to where I'm going. So excuse me, pardon me. But there, it's just like, I don't have any problem picking you up and moving you out of my way because I have a place that I need to go to. And you are keeping me from playing. Every minute that I'm here dicking with you is a minute that I'm not playing video games.
God, you're insane.
It's work,
I'm going to trank you.
It's work.
Next time we go to E3.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't need food. I didn't need sleep. I didn't need to go to the bathroom. What makes you think tranquilizers are even going to work on me?
I'm going to shoot you full of Xanax.
It's just going to be like
Thorazine.
I'm going to be like Wolverine. It's just going to pop out of my back. The dart's going to get ejected, and my body's going to just go, no.
Just reject it.
I'll just vomit up all of the tranquilizer right there on the show floor.
You can't stop me, Murphy.
Just running through the LA Convention Center, vomiting. I have to see more games. Oh,
that's going to go over real well.
Yeah, I think so.
Race Select never invited back.
Well, the security people at the LA Convention Center are a little bit more serious than the Guardians at RTX.
Well, they're serious, but they're also never mind.
Well, okay,
I'm going to step away from that.
Let's roll through the rest of what I saw at RTX. I saw the Devolver Digital had a booth that was there, and they had 3 games. I saw Hotline Miami 2, which looks real good.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Already?
Yep.
Okay.
Just as bloody as the first one. They said there's some new stuff going on. I never got a chance to wait in line. I was waiting in line. I actually went to play another game, and then as soon as I did that, the person in front of me got out of line. But the second game was called Luftrausers.
Okay.
And it's basically like Time Pilot on crack. Like, it's one of those games that has not all that many you're flying a plane, right? But your plane is like a single color sprite.
Oh, okay.
So you have this thing where you choose like the body of your plane and the weapon, and then like the propulsion method or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's one of those games where you play, where you have like two buttons will turn your plane, and then you have thrust up, and then you have another button that shoots. So it's got that weird like physics thing where you'll thrust up, and then your plane will kind of go up like this, and then it'll come back down.
Yeah.
Like you're fighting a bunch of ships and other planes and stuff like that. But you can they're all on the water, and you can accidentally dunk in the water and then come out. And
that sounds fun.
Kind of bullet hell, very pixelated, really cool. Like I played it seemed like really, really fun. Coming on Steam pretty soon. And then I played Shadow Warrior,
which is
the new Shadow Warrior.
Which is
so for those of you who are maybe a bit younger or don't know, you know what Shadow Warrior is.
I don't
right?
remember.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay, so after Duke Nukem 3D came out,
oh shit,
3D Realms made the samurai like hack and slash game that was pretty racist, where the main character was Lo Wang, and he would say, "You don't mess with Lo Wang." Like he had a very like stereotypical kind of racist Asian accent. There was a nuke gun that you could shoot a nuclear explosion. It's the first time I ever saw that video game. You had a sword.
Holy crap. I haven't thought about that in forever.
Actually, this week on Steam, an enhanced edition of that came out for like $10.
Okay.
But they did a Kickstarter, I believe, to get funding to make this new Shadow Warrior.
Who did? 3D Realms?
No, Devolver Digital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it's very, like if you look at the screenshots for it, it's very, very pretty. Like it's very, it's all 3D, and it's very atmospheric, and it has like, this cherry blossoms and this weird kind of psychedelic stuff. But then it's all, it's very kind of Asian themed, but it's like Asian horror. So you're in these graveyards, and you have these demons that are coming out of the ground. And so you have, like what struck me about it was that you have a sword, and then you have a pistol, a machine gun, shotgun, and a crossbow launcher. And all of them have, like, they don't have any iron sights on any of them. What they have is that the right mouse button does a special attack. So, like, on you have the pistol out, you hold down the right mouse button, and he'll fan the pistol so you can shoot it really fast. Or when you have the machine gun out, and you hit the right mouse button, he pulls up a second one, and it's dual shooting. And then you have the swords, which your right mouse button there does these special attacks. But then with every single thing you have up, if you double tap in any direction and you hit the right mouse button, you also do magic. So you can heal yourself, and you can do attacks on people. And it's very much kind of like Serious Sam meets Shadow Warrior, with a lot of enemies and a lot of really crazy action and stuff going on at the same time. It looked very pretty. I didn't expect to like it, but I ended up really enjoying what I played of it.
It's PC only?
I don't believe so. Here, let me look it up while we're talking about it. But
and you still haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China. You son of a bitch.
Maybe we could review it on this show. What is it? Blah, 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 blah. When was it? Holy shit. When Shadow Warrior came out?
96.
1 year off.
95.
97.
97. Oh, okay.
Let's see. Is this the actual page for? Nope. Reboot. Nope. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But it was pretty cool. There were two things that bothered me about it. One was that the main character is still Lo Wang.
Yeah.
But they have like a different voice actor that has like a higher timbre to his voice, so it's much less of the gravelly like then it's more up here, like kind of like Christian Bale's Batman kind of thing.
They should have gotten Khan from King of the Hill.
I don't know.
The Laotian or Laotian, however you say it. Laotian neighbor.
That probably would have worked.
A horrible shriek.
Yeah, but it seemed kind of cool. I'd be interested in playing that. I know it's coming at least to Steam. I think it's also coming to the consoles, but I can't be sure. So there was that, and then there were two more games that I played because there really weren't that many games down there.
Yeah,
and there wasn't much of a line for any of them, so you could just kind of waltz up. Like they had this huge, one of those like 6-hour lines for Assassin's Creed 4 multiplayer. But
really?
They cut the line off. They were like, if you went in there and you looked over there, it would say like, you can't get in line anymore because they didn't want people to stand in line for the entirety of the day. It was one of those things where you wait in line for like 5 hours. just to play that one game.
No.
For like 15 minutes.
No.
They also had the Halo 4 competition that was also ridiculously
Like
out of control.
I rocked at that. I came in second.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool because I won.
Did you?
Yeah. I got the trophy upstairs.
I think I remember seeing you there.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that $200,000.
Yeah, I'm retiring. I'm going to retire. I'm going to live forever off that $200K that I got from Halo.
Good luck with that. I don't think you understand finances very well, but okay.
Some people at RTX actually asked if you and I were going to enter the Halo competition.
Really?
And I was like, I would, but only to troll the other people in the Halo competition.
Yeah, and only if you let us keep coming back after we lose. We don't even have any, any misconceptions. We're not going to win.
No. In fact, I just wanted to be real bad at it and be like, what was the guy in, what was that movie, Kung Pao?
Yeah. Enter the Fist.
Who thinks that getting killed is the way that you win fights or whatever? Be like, whenever you get blown up, be like, haha, take that, bitch. Another death for me. What do you got to say about that?
I think that's Obi-Wan logic, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So I also played, let's see, this game called Whispering Willows, which was like a 2D side-scrolling kind of like puzzle
Retirement
game.
home.
Yes. Yes. No, you play as this, like they were playing it on the Ouya. I can't tell whether it's going to be like better, whether the frame rate's going to be a little bit better. It's a little choppy, but there's still early alpha. Where you play as this young girl who goes into this like haunted mansion, and you have to figure out how to get out. But her power is that she can, like, she has a spectral version of herself that she can like let out of herself to go through walls and open doors and stuff.
Okay,
so
I
like,
remember somebody talking about that.
Yeah, they had a section where there was like you're being chased by this weird spindly version of something kind of like a Slender Man, and like you go up to this door and you have to let your spirit out to go around and unlock the door from the other side. It's a puzzle, but all the while like this thing is trying to murder you. It looks exceptionally good. Like I would even say that the art style was sort of reminiscent of like Castlevania meets like Dustin Elysian Tale, but with no furries, like just regular people. Good. They said they had they had like 16 artists or something like that worked part time, like 5 hours a day on the art for it. It's all hand painted 2D cells and that kind of stuff.
Nice,
looks really good. And then let's see. I want to save the best for last. I want to think if there's anything else here. They had they had Battle Block Theater arcade games there, but there's a big line for it. I'm just like, I know. Played Battle Block.
Yeah, I think Allison really wanted to get in on that, but I don't think she ever did. Anytime someone brought it up, she'd break into the song at the end.
Oh, the Buckle Your Pants?
Yeah.
Yep.
She would just break into song anytime someone said Battle Block Theater and her face would light up.
Well, I was wondering, it was like, I guess on Saturday or Sunday night, one of the nights at the bar, I kept catching her wandering around singing Buckle Your Pants, and I was like, Jesus, Allison.
Yeah, she kind of likes it.
And they also had the Gauntlet where they had some competitions and stuff going down. I noticed that Twisted Pixel had Explosion Man there. I don't know what the fuck. But the best thing that I saw the entire time,
yes,
the greatest game that I saw, Dive Kick.
Yeah.
Dive Kick. Did you play Dive Kick?
No, I didn't play anything. I wanted to. I know.
You son of a bitch.
I figure you're going to make me play it at some point.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Okay.
So awesome.
What is it?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know,
everybody was talking about it.
Dive Kick, like the guys that made, it's Iron Galaxy, I believe, that made Dive. There was also a couple other games there we'll talk about later, but Dive Kick is made by Iron Galaxy. It's I think that like the core conceit of the game was like, what's the best part of any fighting game?
Punching people.
The last hit. The hit that decides who wins and who loses.
Sure.
So this game is all about the last hit. There are two buttons, jump/dive and kick. So you hit the one button and you jump, you hit the other button and you kick. If you hit the kick button while you're on the ground, you jump backwards. Hit both buttons at the same time, you'll do a special move. And basically, 20-second rounds, best out of 10, one hit wins. So the first person to hit the other person wins. So it's like a fighting game, but there's only ever one move that you do. Is like you jump and you kick the other person. And so it's very much like a mental game because... Yeah.
So I'm not going to have to worry about memorizing the moveset of...
No.
Of whoever.
But see, the thing is that then they have these weird... Like, they have weird characters. Like, some of the characters... and they're all based... They're all jokes a lot of times.
Sure.
Like, one of them is... the one that I play was called S-Kill. And he kind of looks like me, actually. But... He is a play on Seth Killian, who was the last boss, who's the last boss of Street Fighter 4 is named after.
Okay.
And he can teleport around before he kicks when he's in the air.
I always thought of you as a Street Fighter boss.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Totally.
It's this red outfit that I wear all the time.
Yeah.
It's my,
And the laughing.
Yeah.
The maniacal laughing.
But there's one character that every time he wins, his head gets bigger.
Yeah.
It becomes more and more of a target for the other person.
Okay.
There's one character that has boots on his hands, and every time he kicks, he flips around. So if you do a regular kick, he jumps up in the air and he turns around and dives with the boots on his hands to kick. And then when he hits the ground, he walks upside down on his hands until you jump again, and he flips back around. It's just a bunch of silly shit like that. Like they were telling me about all the stories. Game's gonna have a story mode and stuff. But yeah, dive kick, I cannot wait. Looks like it's completely and totally awesome.
Sounds kind of fucking stupid, to be honest.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. Plus, they had these big custom dive kick controllers where it was just these giant controllers with 2 buttons, dive and kick. So, but yeah, that was my favorite thing that I saw there. The only other thing is that this guy at one of those parties came up to me and told me about this game called The Wanderer. And
he gave you a ShamWow.
He gave me a sham. No, it's a bandana. He put it around his neck, but I can't put it around my neck. But he was it's like he was talking Jeff Crack, Jason. He was like,
So he offered to sell you actual crack.
Yes. He was like, it's a robot on another planet, Sergio Leone Western style.
Yes.
Exploration survival roguelike. And it was just like, how much can I buy it for?
Yeah.
Made by the people who made Lone Survivor, that survival
You're
horror
like,
game.
Here are my car keys, and just give me the game now.
I told him, Jason will suck your dick. And he was like, who? like, wait, where'd he go?
And
Jason.
You look over, and I'm putting on lipstick and raising my hand and winking seductively at him.
So yeah, and so there wasn't a lot. Like I managed to get rid of all that, get all that out of the way in like one day. Also, they had these kick-ass burritos there.
Really?
I really want some more.
What? There were burritos.
It was a wrap. It was like
Okay. And they cost like $12 each.
they were $7.
They were, yeah.
It was
Like
chili,
a slice of pizza was like $7
Yeah.
there. It was convention food,
chili seared tofu with like vegetables and a spinach wrap. It was really good.
Chili seared tofu. Did it help get the taste of jizz out of your mouth?
No, it was still there. It kind of tastes a little bit. I think the sauce might have had a little bit of jizz in it.
Come on, carnivore.
My dog is like it's like he can't decide whether to go to sleep or not. He's sitting right next to you. And it's like he's falling asleep with his head up. He just can't.
Why do people keep falling asleep when we're doing this? Are we that boring? Are we that boring, buddy?
He can say woof woof woof.
He's
interested. Yeah.
Yeah. What shit? What's happening?
All right. Well, was there anything about RTX that you wanted to talk about?
I don't know. Met a lot of people who had never heard of Rage Select before, so
Yep.
that was cool. Some people were really digging it. They liked it. Yeah,
The Sparkle Fandango girls were sparkled as fuck that first day.
dude.
They sparkled the shit out of that place.
They were just glitter whores.
Mhm.
It was crazy. Kayla and Allison were just all over the place, pimping the shit out of the site and their show. RTX was awesome. I thought it was really well run.
Yes.
I thought they kept things running smooth as silk.
Dude, you weren't even there the first day where I was like, we need 4 microphones for our playthrough, and they're like, well, let's just call the guy downstairs and have him bring up 4 microphones.
All right, we need 4 microphones over here. Put them on these channels.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. I usually have to do this shit myself, but then, of course, when it came time to actually play, we couldn't get any of the microphones working for like 5
everything
minutes.
was all fucked
It's
up.
like, oh my God, do you see how many channels you've got on this board?
Yeah, I think that might have been partially our fault, but there were some tech hiccups. Unfortunately, we had not the best slot. I am very thankful and glad we had a slot, but it's like the doors open at 12 and we had 12 to 2, so
right.
But we ended up like wrapping up pretty quickly. It's like we were kind of pressed for time, even with really just kind of an hour and a half. So that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I was disappointed that there were a lot of people that I actually met last year at Spill.con who came up to me and said, and I said, oh, did you get to see the panel? And they were like, we were in line for like 90 minutes. We got to see the last like 10 minutes of your panel.
That was kind of a drag.
But other than that, it was nice to walk around the convention center and, hey, you know what? Big big thanks to RTX for having us.
Yeah,
because
absolutely. That was awesome.
I wasn't
Thank
even
you
sure if we were
very
going to go. So,
Yeah. Thanks to Barbara for
oh yeah,
she helped out a lot when I would email her, and like Chris, like Kayla and Allison, they didn't have badges or anything,
right.
So I just emailed Barbara. She's like, yep, cool.
Let's talk about news, Jason.
We've got a funny one.
Yep. In our continuing tradition of this podcast essentially being all about Don Mattrick all the time.
Yep.
Let's talk about Don Mattrick.
Let's talk about when he walked up to Microsoft headquarters and found out his badge doesn't work anymore. They pointed to a box out in the fucking parking lot with all of his shit in it.
I like that idea. And I also like to think that when he was like, but why? And they're like, do you listen to the Rage Select podcast? Yes. Obviously. You mean that there are people on the internet that are unhappy with Don Mattrick? No. But yeah, for those of you who haven't heard, Don Mattrick is leaving to become the CEO of Zynga.
Who just laid off like tons of people.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was listening, I was reading an article where somebody made a good point of saying, like, he can come to Zynga, and if he turns it around, then it'll be like, hey, he turned it around. And if it goes belly up, then it'll be like, he could just say, well, it was all fucked up when I got here. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting, okay, so what do we want? We're thinking that Farmville is going to require a camera to be plugged in to play it, obviously.
Yes, and a blood sample.
You're going to have to be online to play Farmville all the time.
I think that happens anyway, right?
Microtransactions. No, wait, that's already there. Actually, kind of seems like a match in heaven.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, the devil hired Saddam Hussein to run the new expansion of hell that he's opening up. At least I think so. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like but what I heard, the part of the story that I really love was I heard that in the interim that Steve Ballmer was going to come in to run the Xbox division in place of Don Mattrick until they found an appropriate replacement. I think they already have found an appropriate replacement. Let me just look at this. There was a news story out there about, I think there was a woman they're considering to do that. But I love the idea of Steve Ballmer walking out at the Xbox press conference to say microtransactions. Oh, that's too many syllables. But I feel it's been too long that those of us that are really old, it's like we used to see Steve Ballmer all the time.
Yeah.
The fat fucking sweaty asshole out on stage screaming at people.
I just like to imagine that, if one day, if Don didn't walk up and his badge didn't work, that maybe he's in there and he gets the call. He's got to go into Steve's office, and it's all dark in there and lined with oak, and there are lots of guys with suits standing in the shadows.
Uh-huh.
And
like
Steve,
Kill Bill? What are you talking about?
Steve is there at the desk, and he's like, Don, come in. Don's like, why is there plastic on the floor? Sit down.
What, it just looks like a Dexter kill room in there.
Yeah.
Just Steve Ballmer in there in one of those those serial killer aprons, like the Kevlar apron or whatever.
No, he's in there like Bill the Butcher. He's got like a side of beef he's carving on.
There's a pen in the corner with a bunch of pigs like bricktop and shit. Did you know that pigs? Oh man. I want to see Steve Ballmer ask Don Mattrick if he knows what the word nemesis means.
Right. He says, hey, Don, we've got a parting gift for you. It's a fucking Xbox 360.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know if, to be honest, this brings up something that I've been kind of wanting to, we've been talking a lot about the Xbox, and, my track record on this is not very good, but have we yet talked about whether we think, do we want to make some weird speculation? Do you think that the Xbox has taken a tangible hit to its credibility that is
absolutely.
I just saw an article today saying that GameStop is out of PS4 pre-orders.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that for the Xbox One.
Nope.
So do we? We talked before about how we think there's a bunch of people out there who don't read these. They don't listen to our podcast. They don't read gaming news. They don't know shit about this.
Right.
But do you think that amongst gamers, it's been enough of a bad PR cycle that they're going to see a hit?
Well, I think that alone is not enough, but I think that will catch on, word of mouth, as time comes around. Where people will be saying, where everybody's got the PS4,
right?
That's sold out. Now that they've stopped that's going to create a sense of scarcity,
right?
So everybody's going to be wanting that because clearly that's the one that everybody wants.
Right.
People who have no idea who Don Mattrick is or anything like that, I think they're going to be saying, oh, okay, well, PS4 sold out apparently, and everybody else has got one. That's what they're talking about. All these people who are in the know,
Right.
who listen to RageSelect.com.
Yes.
The classiest fucking podcast on the internet.
So classy.
So I think, there's going to be something of a domino effect as word spreads. And well, plus you got to think that Twitter campaign really kind of caught fire,
Yeah.
Not really a Twitter campaign, but, all that shit started trending really quickly. And, when the stuff comes out again, I think you're going to see more of that.
It's just weird because I was
Plus $100 more.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, that's to me the biggest problem with the Xbox is that if you're an uninformed consumer and you walk in and you're like, well, I know the PlayStation plays games, I know the Xbox plays games, that one's cheaper, and I work at fucking, McDonald's, I'm going to buy the one that's $100 cheaper.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so I pay $100 more to bring OMAC into my home? No.
Well, it was weird, though, because I was I don't know if I'm getting this completely right, but I swear to God, I was listening to, a couple weekends ago, I was out, and sometimes I'll put on talk radio in the background. It was the weekend I was listening to the Kim Commando show or something like
it's
that.
A financial analyst, right?
I don't know, but it was like I would just turn it on to AM radio, and somebody was talking about consoles. And the host, whoever it was, I don't know if it was, I think Kim is obviously a woman, right? And it was a man that was talking about it.
I think so, yeah.
He's talking to a caller or whatever. This guy just blatantly lying to the person on the phone.
Yeah.
He was like, he was talking up the Xbox One, and he was like, the Xbox One makes the PlayStation 4's graphics look like the Wii.
That's not true.
And I was like, holy and he was like, and it's so much more powerful. And I'm just
also not true.
You are straight up lying to this person. And for a financial show, you haven't even brought up the fact that it's $100 more.
Yeah.
Like so I wonder if there's going to be misinformation, or maybe before the Xbox One gets ready to ship, maybe they'll hire somebody to come in and do a good PR push that will get people excited about it again. But I don't know. I'm starting to think that it's going to be like the PS3, where it has a real slow launch.
Yeah.
And then like next year we'll see the new Halo game, and that'll have a big impact in it. But then,
until people realize that if you try to turn off the Kinect, it will dispatch killbots to murder one of your family members.
Well, the other thing that I've often been thinking about is that, the Xbox 360, like in Japan,
nobody cares. Yeah.
And even in Europe, the PlayStation tends to be, as far as I've heard, the PlayStation tends to be more popular.
Well, Nick.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I don't know. Who can say? I mean, we tend to get a lot of times wrapped up just in this idea that all of our perspective on this stuff is from an American perspective. But, I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see about that. But let us talk, while we're talking about the Xbox One, speaking of the Xbox One, there was a story last week that came out talking about the Xbox One's revamped reputation system.
Yes.
And the meat of this article basically says that if you send pictures of your junk to people and you keep getting banned from games and kicked and that sort of stuff, that you will... I'm assuming that this won't be transparent. It'll be some number on the back end or whatever.
Sure.
That basically says how much of a dick is Jason online, and it keeps getting ticked up. And that as it gets ticked over a certain level, that when you go to get matched with people in online games, it will put you with other people who have similar violations, trying to keep offenders, I guess, out of the general pool of online matchmaking.
It's like asshole prison.
Exactly.
Where they just learn shit talking techniques and they become even more hardened. So that when they get out, then they're just pariahs.
So you're saying that they're going to be put together and they're going to refine their asshole troll behavior until the point where they're unstoppable.
Yeah,
where they can never be stopped again.
Except for if somebody like the first night a noob finds his way in there and thinks he's king asshole, and then they're like they just try to get him to kill himself. Or start crying.
But I was just thinking about like the dimension at the end of that movie, The One, with Jet Li, where he goes there, he used to try to beat up everybody, and it's like, oh, there's too many assholes.
Yeah, or once you get in there, you have to like trade Microsoft points for like cigarettes. Like you got to find a buddy, to protect you, make friends.
You got to be somebody's bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you think? I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because I know that there are other games that kind of try to do this. Like I think I've heard that Dota 2 tries to reward good players. That it's more about when people give you like they say you're good, that they that you get more priority towards stuff. I don't really know. I've heard some of these details, but that sort of thing. I mean, I guess that in my mind, I would love for there not to be trolls on the internet, but there are trolls on the internet.
Yes.
And I haven't yet seen a system that is able to stop people from being dickweeds on the internet. Like, you know, if you have this Xbox One system that's tied to your Xbox account and you enjoy being a fucktard to people, what's to keep you from making a brand new account and just being a fucktard to people until you get banned up?
IP addresses.
Yes, but see, the thing about that is that if they go by IP address and you have a family account
Yeah.
and your little brother is a dickweed,
Well, then.
and then little sister logs in and suddenly she's in a chat room with people who are like, yeah, fuck you, you fucking noob fag, blah, blah. And you're like, Mommy, they're mean to me on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Why are you playing the Xbox? I mean, I don't know. It seems like the sort of thing to me, at least from the current climate on the internet in which we live, that all it's going to do is provoke a bunch of letter writing and like you're discriminating against us and we're being
Because you're assholes? Yeah,
well,
fine.
hey man, somebody threatened to sue me
I know.
for deleting their comment in our comment
it's so
system. It's like, what are you going to sue me for? Fuck for brains? Like,
Violating his freedom of speech.
like this is my website. That'd be like you coming into my house and being like, if you don't get some steaks up in this bitch right now, I'm going to call my lawyer and sue you.
Yeah.
Like people, I mean, you know, we talked about this a few times before, but fuck, man, gamers, especially on the internet these days, they're kind of entitled to shit, man.
Yeah.
So like, I can see this being the sort of thing where eventually you get some kind of terrible lawsuit brought up that's like, you're violating, I wasn't supposed to be an asshole. I even had somebody who emailed me about this system saying that they consistently get other people will rage quit out of their games of Borderlands 2 because this guy won't do what the other person wants them to do.
Yeah.
And is that going to affect their score to a point where they're going to get teamed up with assholes?
You can't imagine that. It's they probably have a better system, knock on wood. Hopefully they're smart enough to do that.
I mean, it's a question, I guess, of like if an asshole like reports you for being
there are going to be people who are trying to use it against people who don't deserve it.
right,
You know?
right, like even like just the comment system on YouTube, you'll see things that have been like marked as spam, and they're not spam; they're just comments people don't want to see.
Yeah.
So they mark them as spam, and then the YouTube automation hides them, and then you have to have enough people who are willing to take the time out of the day to go, well, that's not spam, but that guy's just an asshole, which they don't do, so then it gets hidden anyway. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Like, I'm a pretty big proponent of free speech, but the internet will test you. It will test your metal, man.
That's the truth.
Like, Jesus.
While we were sitting here, I got a comment or a text from Allison that said, fuck the comments.
I know. I even read a thing one night about how they've done psychological studies that basically say that when you have total anonymity, you are just more prone to being a big shit.
Yeah.
Because you don't ever have to answer for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be held accountable, which is one of those things where I've talked about before. There's almost a part of me that says, yeah, fuck it. Everybody should just have to use their fucking real name. Because if you're going to be a shitbag, then your mom should know what kind of shitbag you are.
Yes.
Like, if you have to log in using your real name on Facebook, and then, you know, if you are going to talk a lot of trash and call me those names, then your friends should know that you're a tool so they can stop being your friends. I don't know. It's a weird thing between privacy and free speech and people who are just dicks. So
yeah, I just avoid them. Like, I don't really play online, or I turn it off where I can't hear anyone.
Yeah.
So it's just like, whatever. And that's why I don't want to listen to these shitbags.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's a hard question to answer. I've even said before that, like, when you just completely silence another human being who has something they want to say, you make them so angry that then they will say even more, just incredibly vitriolic things. They will threaten to murder you.
They will sue you.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go on to our next story. That's enough talking about people. This is kind of just a real easy side story, but apparently Atlas has registered Persona 5 as a domain name.
Good.
Hooray!
Great.
I'm so happy. There's not really very much more about that I can say, but I love me some Persona, and I'm looking forward to Persona 5.
Okay.
So
that's good. I can't wait to do that.
Hey, everybody, there's going to be a Persona 5. And, last on our news but not least, there was some porno on the internet today.
What?
There was some pornography on the internet.
Where?
Game porno.
Oh.
Game porno.
Okay.
Sorry. There was a new Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer.
Yeah.
And it was one of those trailers
sweet thing.
where you got the sexy lady voice telling you about how you're going to play the game and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Jason, that shit looked good.
Yeah. I don't even remember it happening, but like 15 seconds into that thing, I looked down and realized I don't have any pants on. And I had pants on before I hit play. It just destroyed my pants.
I looked around me, there were just pieces of pants all over the room.
It was just like, boom, you're not going to need those because you're going to want to touch yourself.
So let's see. What did we see? We saw the real-time switching system between the different characters.
That was interesting.
Very interesting. Mostly in the fact that when they switched to what's his name, the redneck dude.
Yeah.
Like he was in the middle
in the middle of some shit.
Yeah, he was doing some shit and the cops were chasing him. And it was just like, wow, you guys get up to some shit when we're not looking.
Yeah. They don't just stand there and wait in their home.
And I really like the idea of when they had that kind of like Kanan Lynch / Usual Suspects, like rappelling down the side of the building.
Yeah.
And then you switch over to the sniper to take people out, and then switch over from Michael to God, I can't remember anybody's name in the game anymore.
I know.
And then switch back, and there was
cool. Franklin.
Yes.
And then
who's the third guy?
I don't know, the retired bank robber dude.
No, that's Michael.
Oh, that's Michael. And then the other guy he sounded like Johnny Knoxville.
What the fuck is his name?
Leonard Luther?
No, Luther's an awesome show on the BBC that just came back on. It would be pretty cool
if it were Luther, though, right? If Idris Elba was the third
Idris Elba? Hell yes. Let's see.
In any of the characters he
plays?
Trevor. There it is.
Trevor. And I like the idea of being able to... It seems like they're just going for like that much more Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
You have like, it's almost like, it seems to me like 3 Grand Theft Auto stories all shoved into the same area.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if you're going to do, like, you're going to have stories that you do sequentially, or like they had talked about, like, it was weird the way they were intimating that they're going to just give you, like, you got to go rob a bank. And then it's up to you to decide whether you want to do it all sneaky like, or whether you want to just like kick the door in and start shooting motherfuckers. That way.
Then there's a bunch of stuff. I think it's pronounced whether you can. It's pronounced sports.
Sport. Oh,
sports.
Right.
Is that where you can play these sports?
Tennis. You know, when I think Grand Theft Auto, I think I want to play some tennis, Jason.
Yeah.
I want to play some golf. I don't know about you.
There was golf. Yeah. There's all sorts of weird shit like that.
Maybe
then, like hunting. You go hunting and and be hunted. You know, go to the beach and ride the jet ski and just fuck around.
Yeah, I don't know. Like this is. I mean, the last big Rockstar release was L.A. Noire, right?
Was it? Oh, they got a lot of shit to make up for then, huh?
Let me just take a look. But like what I was seeing in here made it was like Red Dead films. What? A lot of the stuff that I was seeing in here. Oh no, Max Payne 3 was the last one that they released.
Okay, right.
But a lot of the stuff that I was thinking about.
What did you think of Max Payne 3?
Shut up, Jason. Go fuck yourself, asshole. No, a lot of the stuff that I was seeing in the GTA 5 trailer was like, it was the exact problem that I had with LA Noire. That there wasn't really much to do in LA Noire outside of just like, and here's another mystery and do the exact same 3 things that you did last time. And it was fine in the beginning, but it just got a little bit tiresome towards the end. And I like the fact that you're seeing, you know, even if I'm probably never going to play a full round of golf with Michael, because what the fuck?
Why?
Right. I like the idea that it's there. I like that it's there. And
I can't wait to drive around on the golf course, hitting golfers.
Yeah,
running over rich white people.
We just take like a Cadillac onto the golf course instead of a golf cart,
like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes.
Hey, that's a nice hat. I bet it looks great on you.
Also, can I just say, shit was pretty.
Oh man,
it was
good,
gorgeous.
Yeah,
I cannot wait. And just getting back from LA, it's also like they were showing a lot of like planes and flying overhead. And at the end, they had that thing with the online where you could use your money to buy a building, and it had a character standing in a building, and then you saw these other people, and a plane fucking flies
chaos.
by. Yeah. Like, oh, man. How many people can they get in there?
I know.
Can I get like 96 people into my fucking GTA game?
Yeah, we'll just have a GTA world for Rage Select. Welcome to Rage World.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I can't wait to play it. I mean, like, people this weekend were coming up to me like, so, Last of Us, Game of the Year, right?
Yeah.
Like, you realize there's a Grand Theft Auto this year, right?
Yeah.
And it looks sexy.
You didn't think before you said those words, did you?
I like Last of Us and everything, but it's Grand Theft Auto, Jason.
Yeah.
It's fucking Grand Theft Auto, man.
We got an Assassin's Creed pirate game coming out. So let's slow down with the whole best of the year talk.
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, that Grand Theft Auto trailer, sexy as fuck. And that, I think, is all the news that I got.
Let's read an email.
Let's do some emails. We've got
Let's jump right in.
We've got 4 or 5 emails here. Some are a little bit longer, some are a little bit shorter. This one is from Triff. And Triff says, I like this because it speaks directly to my own biases.
Oh boy.
Here we go. If Steam gets too much power from consumers and starts doing things like making games $70, holding games from seeing the light of day on PC, on top of what they're doing right now, like not allowing good indie games on Steam Greenlight, having customer service that says "fuck you," that's why Steam support and
Wait,
not
has that happened?
giving me a choice to play games offline, need to have Steam Online connected. Bro, you need to get some more commas in that bitch. Do you think that a second company can take over that is for consumers, or do we need to wait for hackers to play our games in pace? I think he means in peace. Thank you for your time, Triff. Well, let me just, I want to talk about a couple of the things that he says here. Like, playing games offline is not a Steam thing. It's game specific. If the game doesn't require online anything, then Steam doesn't, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
Like, I've had people emailing me about that, because you remember I said that like Steam has to be online every 30 days. Apparently that's not even the thing. It's like,
cool. Okay.
It depends on whether the game has checks to go online or not. Steam customer service saying "fuck you." I've never had a problem with that, and I've actually heard like of people returning games to Steam and doing stuff like that. I have never had much of a problem with them, so I couldn't say.
Right on.
And then the whole not allowing good indie games on Steam Greenlight, that's been just a problem. And, a lot of people give Steam a lot of flack for that. Like, when Steam Greenlight first started out, there was nothing, and then now they have like it's like $100 like submission fee that you have to pay to submit a game to Steam Greenlight in order for it to be done.
Yeah.
And it's because like, and a lot of people pointed that and they were like, "Oh, you guys just want money." I don't necessarily think that $100 is really Steam wanting money.
That's just proving you're serious.
Right, because look at the Xbox Live Indie Games channel. Like, I feel like that the Steam's level of trepidation with Greenlight is more about trying to keep their games channel from looking like the fucking Steam Indie or the Xbox Indie Games channel, where it's just like, hey, look, another Minecraft clone. Here's Avatar Shooter 4, and like, here's Make It Rain, the game that has just some bad stripper polys in it where you throw ones at them.
Here's a game made out of a bunch of old cans of soup and some Elmer's glue.
Right. But as far as his question about, like, say Steam did turn all fucking dark side and shit, I can't decide whether I want that to be like Superman Dark Side or
like Superman 3.
Yeah. No. Like Dark Side.
Like Dark Side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Darth Vader.
Shoots Omega beams.
I think who wins in a fight between Darth Vader and Darkseid? I think Darkseid wins. Honestly,
yeah.
I like Darth Vader and everything, but man,
Darkseid, dude, he's like a deity.
But I honestly think that with this whole with the new Xbox One thing and E3 and the gamer news we've been seeing recently has shown us that these days, fucking gamers are willing to jump ship. They're willing to just say, "Go fuck yourself. I'm out of here." So I think that if Steam ever did just start abusing their power in a way that was too gross, that there would be a vacuum there for like Good Old Games or somebody else to come in and I mean maybe even
Origin.
If Origin could get their shit together and they got licensing from third-party games, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily think that's it's a cross myself here. But, if Steam fucked around too much and GameStop managed to try to get like some kind of digital distribution method that was preferable and was more customer friendly, they could do it as well. But for the most part,
I wish I could just click no to all the. How about just no to all the stupid fucking questions on GameStop's thing?
I'm just imagining you as one of those the bit from Tron. Just no.
Yeah.
I actually went to GameStop. God damn it.
Yeah.
It's to fuck me up all the time. I went to them today to buy one of the games that we're going to be playing this week. And I have to give them props. It wasn't that bad. I walked in and I said, I need to copy this game. And they were like, are you a Club Zone reward card member? And I was like, no. And they were like, do you know about it? And I said, yes, I don't want it. They're like, okay, do you want a year of protection? I said, no. And they were like, all right, take a survey. And they rung me up. So it wasn't, they didn't ask me if I want to pre-order or check anything, blah, 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 blah.
It's better.
It's better.
Okay.
It's better. I mean, I get asked a lot of those questions other places as well. So it's not that big a deal. But in any case, this guy's question, I don't know. You feel the same way?
Yeah. I mean, I think the market will dictate, and I think people use Steam because it is cheap and because it is easy.
Yeah.
So if it stops being those things, then people will stop using it. I maybe that's a little Pollyanna, but I like to think it's that simple.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with what we've currently seen recently. So, okay. Well, there you go, Triff. Yes, we think a company can take over. All right. This next question is from Tony. I like this question a lot.
Okay.
Jason, I like this question a lot. Jason and Jeff, love the puppets. Can't wait for more. You will be getting more very soon.
Very soon.
On a recent podcast, Jason mentioned he's been through several Xbox 360s.
Yes.
I've also had several friends who have repeatedly replaced their faulty 360s. With issues like scratching games and the red ring of death, I can't understand why people just continue to replace the same Xbox 360 instead of giving up on it. I've never owned an Xbox, only Nintendos and PlayStations. Can you explain this unwavering loyalty to what seems to be a broken system? Thanks for reading. The site is amazing. Tony.
Mostly because I already had both.
Uh-huh.
And I would have just kept using the PS3, but by the point that I had the problems, I had enough Xbox 360 games where it's like, okay, and plus, I was using both all the time. Maybe not all the time, but I was using both enough. Well,
that PlayStation had dust on it the first time I pulled it out.
But every now and then I had to bring it out because Uncharted.
Right.
But it's also, I'm kind of required to have both because of this profession, so it's like, okay, well, gotta replace it. Plus it's just like, I like things. It's so when something breaks, it's like, shit, I gotta get a new one.
Yeah.
Just use your PS3. No.
Well, it's also, the other thing to remember is just that the problem.
If my PS3 broke, I'd replace that.
No, the thing is that I had my PS3 broke. I got the yellow light of death on my PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
In fact, I got a PlayStation 3 right over there that still has WWE All-Stars stuck in it because I got it repaired at this local place that repairs them, and it lasted for about right out of their warranty period, out of the 90-day warranty period, and then it broke again.
Oh, yeah.
And it cost like $175 to fix, and I was just like, no. But the other thing to remember is just that the Xbox 360, as it's going along and had the hardware refreshes, has gotten more reliable.
Yeah.
Like the Elites and beyond that are cheaper, like the one that I have, never had a problem.
Yeah, right.
They don't even have as much of that, the disc, fucking your discs up shit anymore.
Right.
They have less technical problems than they had when they originally came out. And so you tend to get more reliable long life out of them as time goes by. But
yeah, I have found that as I got the newer models, I had way less troubles.
Yeah. And it's also the sort of thing where you never underestimate the fact that once you've dropped $400 or $500 into video games for a system, that you will probably continue to use that system. Like, just saying fuck it and starting over again is a rough proposition.
Yeah, that's something. And plus you got all the downloaded stuff,
Yeah. Which a lot of that stuff, it isn't even available on the PlayStation 3.
Right.
And it's not even like there's, in some cases you can imagine a world where if you bought, say, Castle Crashers, that you could say, well, I own Castle Crashers, so if I have PlayStation 3, I should have it there as well. But that ain't the world that we live in, folks.
Yeah. And it's not going to get any better in that respect.
Yeah. All right. Next question comes in from Tim. And it's a very short question, but it's one that needs answering. Tim's question is, who made those awesome puppets?
Oh, what's his name? Jack Kemp?
James Kemp.
James Kemp. Sorry, James.
You can find him on Facebook. He was actually asking me for a long time, like, can I say what I'm doing here? And I kept telling him, no,
shut your mouth.
You keep your fucking mouth. But he made them for us, and that guy is fan-fucking-tastic. Like, you look at his stuff, and he makes all of these puppets that are, like, really well put together.
Yeah.
They're not really all that super expensive. He makes custom puppets for a lot of people, and I need to email him to let him know that the trailer for our stuff is up so that he can point
Secrets
to
out,
it.
James.
Yep. But yeah,
we've had those for a long time now.
I did. I mean, I had them since before we went to E3, but it's just like it's weird because I kept thinking, well, we're going to need a lot of time to practice with these puppets.
No.
Then over the course of like an hour and a half, we got pretty good with them.
It's like, all right, we're good.
Yeah.
We got it.
So yeah, that's the answer to that question. All right. I'll tell you what, we'll throw this one in. I don't think that we've read this one before.
Just read one.
All right.
I don't care.
All right. Hold on.
I'll answer it.
All right. This is from Dylan. Hey, guys. With the recent release of Deadpool and the Saints Row games, we've seen more what the fuck humor, which is great because it's so random and obscene at times. What's next? A game with the character playing a military monkey? We have dogs now, so why not? Throwing poo grenades at enemies? My question is, what are some of your favorite what the fuck / hilarious moments in gaming, and what is the most insane thing you would add to a game for humor? Saints Row has done great things with this type of humor, so just curious on your ideas and favorite insane / funny game moments. Keep up the great work, and as always, keep it fucking classy. Dylan.
The entirety of Bulletstorm.
Damn it. I think that going behind the final boss in Doom 2 and finding John Romero's head in there was just one of those, what? I think the cow level in Diablo 2 the first time you get there.
Yeah.
Was definitely one of those. I could say Armed and Dangerous had a land shark gun before anybody else did.
Nice.
The entirety of the game's giant citizen Kabuto was fucking weird as shit. Did you ever play BioForge?
No.
That game is weird. You could kill a dude with a fork.
Yes.
You'd wake up and you're like this, like you've been like total converted into this cyborg killing machine.
I want one where you take like a giant metal Slurpee straw, cram it into someone's skull, and then just slurp their brains right out of their head. That's what I would put in there.
So Zombie Slurpee 2013.
Yes.
Okay.
Make it happen, indie developers.
Yeah, for me, I'm just like, as far as what insane thing would you put in there, that's one of the reasons I love playing games. Is I like to see what fucked up things somebody came up with this time. Like, one of the reasons that I love Transistor so much when I played it at E3 was that, or Octodad.
Octodad, yeah.
Like, I love Octodad. He's an octopus trying to be a person.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Cephalopod chicken boo. But it's what it is, man.
Animaniacs reference.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, I don't know specifically what I would put in. To be honest, I'm more interested in what other people would put in because, you know, if you've ever been through the creative process, you know that it's very difficult to wow yourself.
Yeah. Because
you came up with that idea, you've been messing with it for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get an idea of how excited a person's going to be before they see, when they see your idea, because you're like, I've been making this for 6 months. You are just seeing this for the first time now.
I know. Yeah. You might think, this is the funniest thing ever. And then people are like, why did he do that?
Yeah. Like the original name of this website.
Yeah.
Where we were just like, oh, that's it. I'm so happy. And then we started telling people, and they were just like,
no.
They all did the same thing. They were like, I don't know.
We thought, this is the one. That's the one, Jeff. Yes. We're like high-fiving and freeze frame the high five. We're up in the air.
Yeah.
And then we tell people the next day, and everybody's like, I don't really like that.
It was like when you tell your friends something and they're trying not to tell you that they don't like it.
Yeah.
They're trying to be nice about it.
I know.
It's like, well, do you have any other choices?
Right.
No, that's the one. Like, I don't know.
It's like, this was a better idea before I said it out loud.
Shit. Motherfucker. All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for emails today. But before we leave, I hate to leave on a bad note, so I'm going to try to spin this around. And by the time this goes up, it'll have been yesterday. We got the news that Ryan Davis over at Giant Bomb passed away. And I just want to say that, like, for me at least, like I feel like I know that guy. Like he's been part of my gaming experience since I was 19 or 20, and they were on GameStop.
Yeah, if there's anything that Jeff talks about more than Dark Souls, it's Giant Bomb.
Well, it's just it's kind of like people we've had emails that come in to talk to us about how like, oh, you guys are inspirational to me, blah 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 blah. I don't quite understand that because I don't feel like we should be role models for anybody. But
yes, you stop that and do something else.
But
do something with your life.
Those guys, when they left GameSpot, it was like they started doing the sort of thing that like it was unheard of at the time. Like if you're going to do games journalism, you were going to do it for a big website, or if you did it as a blog, it wasn't going to be that big. And suddenly they were they had this huge community full of people, and they were really an inspiration to me. And so was Ryan. Like he had a real way around. He was the MC of a lot of their podcasts. He was the host of a lot of their shows. He was always that guy who was front and center to put like a real happy face on it. And he always seemed like he was super excited about video games. You watch somebody for fucking, at this point, 15 years on the air talking about video games, and like he always just seemed excited about what came next. And I, for one, am really, really, really going to miss that guy. But I could think of no better way to kind of like honor his memory than by just trying to keep our shit going, because I love video games and you love video games and the people who listen love video games. So we're gonna, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. You think people are going to be around forever, and then they're not. And I'm going to miss that guy a lot.
Well, our condolences to the Giant Bomb crew and family.
Yes.
It's a shame.
Indeed. Anyway, let's try not to end on a completely down note and say that we can't do this show without your questions. So if you have a question, go ahead and send it in to rageselect@gmail.com. And we will get it on the air, and we will catch you again next week.
We'll see you.